please, you're welcome to our channel. If you have not subscribed, please do, and don't forget to like and share our videos. Thank you. Alright, so let's go straight to the cut. We are going to cut today. I'll be cutting Bubu kimono. Is that okay? So let's see how it's done. So I've pre-marked some of the measurements, as you can see. So this is for a plus size person. So since it's a plus size person, my folding is, if you look at it, is 18 inches. 17, sorry. Is that okay? If it's for a slimmer person, you take 15 inches. Is that okay? Now, this 15 inches will come from the shoulder down to the length of the gown that you want to cut. And you know that most of these gowns, they are always short gown. You understand? So let's see now. So if you come here, you have your 17 inches. What you do is you go down by 2.5 inches. You can see I've already done that. I've marked that 2.5 inches. Then for the neck, I'm taking 3 inches by 3 inches. Is that okay? Then the depth for the back, because I'm cutting the front and back together, the back is what? 1 inches. Is that okay? Then after you've done that, the next thing you're going to consider is the armhole. The armhole. Now this is for, if it's not for a plus size person, for a smaller person, you take 7. By the time you add your inches, now it will be 8. But since it's for a plus size, I'm taking 9 plus the allowance. That is why it's what? 10 inches. Now, you know some people like these clothes to be free. If they want it to be free, you take that, maybe you measure like 1 or 1.5 inches out of the whatever you have. So let's start imputing the person's measurement now. The waist is what? Is 10.5. The waist is 10.5. But remember, it's a free gown. Let's just impute that first. Then the hip is 13. Is that okay? The hip is 13. But now we cannot just go ahead and mark all these points. Why? Because if we do this, it will be fitted, and we don't want it to be a fitted gown. So what we are going to do now is we are going to minus 2 inches from that 17. 2 to what? 2.5 inches. You understand? Or 2 inches is okay. So that at the end of the day, I will have 15 for the hip. Is that okay? I will have 15 for the hip, which is this place. Then for the waist, which is here now, I can just add 2 inches. Is that okay? So what you do now is you connect it. Now for the armhole area, go inward by 2 inches. Then you come down by another 2 inches. So what you do now, this is your hip now, this is your waist now, you blend it. You blend it into it. And you now come here. Now from the hip that you got here now, from the 15 that you got here, if you want the lower part, that is the bottom of the gown to be fitted, you can remove 2 inches. But if you don't want to be too fitted, you can remove 1.5. So if you remove 1.5 from 15, you have 13.5. So you come here now, mark your 13.5. Then you now join it to this one here. So now, because this particular one, I'm going to do a patch pocket in the front. Then I'm going to, because I'm using black for the patch pockets, I'll now reduce this place now by 2 inches. Is that okay? I'm going to reduce it by 2 inches. Then later I'll now come and add the black, which is this black now. I'll now come and add this black to extend or to turn up the hand to give it more fitting. So let's minus that now out. So when I'm cutting now, this is where I'm going to be cutting instead of this place. So that by the time I add that other, the black that I'm going to cut, it will now complete the 17 inches. So when you are cutting, since you are cutting the front and back, please always remember not to do the mistake of cutting the front first. Always cut the back, so that by the time you remove the back, you can now cut the front. So I'm cutting the back first. So after cutting, this is what you are going to be having. Now for the length, I forgot to mention that the length of the person is 39. So you have your 39 here. Don't forget your sewing inches for folding. That is why the full length is now 41. Now you know that this type of cutting, the shoulder and the sleeve is together. So don't forget. So don't be saying that where is the sleeve? Is that okay? So the shoulder and the sleeve is what? Cut together. So we will now go and stitch. I've successfully removed the back, so I want to cut the front now. Now that I've successfully cut the front, now at this point it's optional. You can either decide to put slits in the front, or you leave it to be round neck. But for this one, I'm going to put slit. If you look at it, the slit is what? From the neck, the top of the neck to where I want my slit is 7 inches. So I've marked the 7 inches. Is that okay? I've marked the 7 inches. So what I'm going to do now, I'll now cut turning that I will use to turn this. So you can get any of your leftover fabric that you know can give you the turning. Alright, so you can, the pieces I had will not give me the turning, so you can see now I folded the remaining fabric. So I'm going to place the gown on top, then you trace the neckline. Trace the neckline. So before I forget, when you are doing your turning, remember it's 7 inches. This is the mark of where our slit is stopping. So whatever you are cutting, it should be below the slit that you are cutting. Is that okay? So I'm going to cut it now. So this is the mark, go below it. Is that okay? Then you can now cut. Now, the next thing you are going to do is, you will cut the slit, you open it, you do the same for your turning. Now you can see reason why you left this extra space, so that this by the time you turn it, you still have space to fold. Now some people is optional. Some people can turn it to go inward, or you can turn it to be out. So for this one, I'm going to turn it inward. So what you are just going to do now is, you are going to take it to your machine. You place it this way. Is that okay? You place it this way. Then you stitch. stitch all the way around. Then the next thing you do now is you turn it inward. You now turn it. So the same thing you are going to do for the back. The same thing that you are going to do for the back. Then after you've done that, you are going to place the front and back together. So the next thing you are going to do after you've turned it is to run the shoulder line. You run the shoulder line. Then the 2 inches black I told you I'm going to add, you will now attach it. You sew it to it here. Now this is going to have front pockets. So what you can do is measure like 13 inches. Then your pocket will now come from 13 inches to, you know, pocket is normally 8 or 9 inches. So you now come, you mark your 13 inches, then you now do your 8 or 9 inches pocket on this side and on the other side. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our video and share it. Thank you.